FNL Vintage. Retro runway footage. Resurfaced interviews. And style archives. Revisit iconic collections. And celebrities. Of fashion seasons past.
So AJ, we're backstage, Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week in New York. What are your thoughts so far?
I mean, it's fun. It's always nice to come out and see all the different fashions. Everybody comes out. You know, it's all the personalities, all the celebrities in New York City, and it's just it's an amazing week.
So what have you been working on? What are the projects? Tell me all, everything. Or tell me what you can only tell me.
What I can tell you is I'm the New York correspondent for Extra, back here and covering Fashion Week. It's been a lot of fun. I've been gone from 106 and Park now for about 2 years, almost 2.5 years, something around there. And, just enjoying life.
Now, what's the craziest thing you've experienced doing the corresponding? Because I know I've experienced some pretty wild, crazy things. So share something.
Wow. Probably the craziest. I'm not going to say who the individual was, but I'm sure you can figure it out. I was the next person to interview her, and she had a little fashion faux pas at Diddy's birthday party, and I'm the one who caught it and told her publicist to go cover her up. So that's kind of the craziest thing.
Now, what advice would you give to all the people out there trying to get involved in the modeling industry?
Well, I always tell young girls that really everybody always thinks if they lay down or they leave their integrity at the door that they'll work better or they'll steal jobs from other girls. And really it's not like that. I think the girls who have level heads on their shoulders and strong business sense are the girls who can have long-term careers. Unfortunately, all of a sudden these girls are coming in and they're trying to make a quick buck. They really don't want to do this. And, I find lately there's no sense of history in the modeling industry. If you ask any one of these girls who Cheryl Tiegs is, or who Christy Brinkley is, or who Carol Alta is, only because they might have seen me at a show and somebody said, oh, it's Carol Alta, who's that? They have no sense of history whatsoever. And this is an amazing industry. We have done so much from our now I look at, this is a dumb blonde moment, right? Philanthropic. Ventures that a lot of, because I know that we did way back when, even Supermodels in the Rainforest, Darfur, whatever it is, we are socially conscious in this business, yet we're very, very creative people. I mean, I think people who have joined this business are usually very, very creative people. I think that this is just an amazing industry, and I don't want to lose the history of the people that came before and built and laid the foundations of the industry, and for the girls that are here today and for the photographers and everybody. I mean, there were people who laid the foundation for me. Lauren Hutton, who got the first contract. All of a sudden I came up and there were contracts, and now there's contracts for everything. And they just need to know where the history lies.
In the early 90s, and I don't know if this was a rumor or not, a group of supermodels, and I'm sure you were involved in that as well, all of you guys, try to get together and create a model union, kind of like SAG for acting. Is that true?
Yes, it was true. And in fact, we had a meeting on it, and it was really not a meeting of minds. What they wanted to do for the models, one of the things that works for SAG is it's exclusive to people who are working. Not just everybody who says they're an actor can be in it. You have to have worked. You have to be able to pay the dues every year. And therefore, we're able to have not only an exclusive enough union that is able to protect its members, but we're able to have things like health care. And if you have too many people who aren't working in a union just for the sake of being in a union because they say they're an actor, it'll drain the whole system. And I think, I was one of the people, I was for it in the general idea. But when it came down to the specifics, there's no way to protect a model in Europe if you're a union in New York.
Right.
There's no way to protect every girl who says she's a model but is really waitressing, even if they're paying the dues. How do you tell who's really actually a model and who's a lingerie model or a Playboy model or this model? I mean, does every model get included? It was just there's just so many things that was against being able to put together a union that was going to serve the people the way that we wanted it to, and that was to protect the girls coming up, to keep them from getting too thin, things like that. So, you know, it just never really gelled.
I think in Milan, it's illegal to hire a model to do a runway show if they're under a certain weight. And I don't remember correctly. I think also in Paris. I know for sure Milan. I think Spain.
I thought it was everywhere. I thought the CFDA did that actually.
In Europe.
I thought they did it everywhere. But, you know, once you lay a law, you have to enforce it, or the law is not a law. It's just an opinion.
So listen to this. I was watching TV late the other night, and I saw this spoof that you did for Sex and the City, and you had these
the Mr. Peepers thing from Saturday Night Live.
Remember that?
I remember that.
You were like spitting up food and blah, blah,
I was spitting it up. Yep.
That was wild.
Thanks.
Hey, I enjoyed it. I'm sure a lot of other people did too. But I wanted to ask you, what are you working on now? Like, what's new and exciting?
I'm gonna redo that scene that you said,
Really?
but in a longer format.
Okay.
I'm doing a movie about spitting food up and wearing suspenders.
And you can do a dedication to Rocco G. Hey, this
I'm
is
gonna
for
what?
you. Rocco G, that's for me. You can spit
Yes,
something
yes.
out and I can eat it.
I can spit up anything. It's
Really?
very easy. Yeah, it's a great talent.
That's pretty exciting. That's kind
It
of
was exciting, but
in a weird, eccentric way.
just throwing up. It's very simple. It's been going on for years.
So Fanola, how are you doing this fashion week?
I'm good. My feet hurt, but I'm great. Really, I haven't seen an awful lot. I just got in yesterday morning.
From LA?
Yes.
How's the weather out there?
Well, of course, it's fantastic.
So, what have you been doing? What projects have you been working on? I know you have your own show now, right?
Yeah, my show, How Do I Look? We just reached our 100th episode, which we're very proud of, and we had a great show. We went down to New Orleans, and we made over 3 lovely ladies. And this morning, I just launched a new application for the phone, which is going to be an on the phone magazine, where I will be putting looks and things and telling you where to get the coolest stuff and putting together outfits, and then you can sort of go on there and look it up and see what you like, and it's called Style Kick.
Style Kick?
Yeah.
Is that with one specific carrier or all cell phones?
It's with Verizon right now.
That is really cool. And that's all you? That's your...
Yeah.
Is there like a website, or how can people get more information on that?
It's by MDigo, and it'll be launched where you can subscribe in mid to late October.
Wow, that's really exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Well, congratulations on your 100th episode on it's
Thank
in
you.
Style, right?
How Do I Look?
How Do I Look? And you guys make sure you go watch her. She's a really nice lady, and you look amazing. You look absolutely stunning today.
Well, thank you so much.
So how you guys doing tonight?
We're good, feeling good. Everybody's looking beautiful.
Are you guys ready to perform?
Always ready, stay ready.
So there was a song that I heard, and I listen to it all the time.
Yeah.
It's the Cupid Has Me on Chokehold, or how was it?
Well, I thought you were gonna say Deep Cover by Dr. Dre, but yeah, it's called Cupid's Chokehold. It's probably a song that you're talking about.
Right, I got a personal question I wanted to ask you. Now, was that song written about a bad experience with a girlfriend at one time, or?
I think it's kind of a mingling of a bunch of relationships, you know, and all the good things about each one, you know. There's always good and bad, but that song's kind of about the perfect girl that doesn't really exist, you know.
I'm still trying to find mine. Yeah, now they're mine, man. Now they're mine. So
You might find her tonight, though.
yeah, I'm gonna look. You know, Michael told me I'm wearing Rockin' Public jeans, and you know when you wear these jeans, you're supposed to get laid. I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens.
Or get paid a lot of money for saying that.
Right. So how do you got? I don't know who wants to answer this question, but rock and fashion. You know, how do you see the influence between the music and the fashion? I don't know.
It's always, I mean, like, I think everybody's always looked up to rock stars for fashion tips. You know what I'm saying? Like, or you know, like a lot of musicians are like the blueprint for what a lot of people are wearing nowadays. So I think since the beginning, it's always gone hand in hand. Right.
And what are you guys working on now? What's the new?
Right now we just finished the tour. We've been overseas all summer. Right now we're just doing a college tour pretty soon, and then we're doing a fall tour with Fall Out Boy, which should be pretty crazy. Be a lot of rock and fashion going on that tour.
Beautiful. So JoJo, we're actually sitting on the runway of the Heatherette show. I think it's going to start in a few minutes, but they can wait because you're more important at the moment. We're going to talk. First, let me ask you, what are you wearing?
I'm wearing Heatherette, of course.
Oh, see, you got to show the support while you come watch the show now.
Definitely.
So what have you been working on? The last time I interviewed you, it was right before the your CD dropped.
Yeah.
And I know you have great success with that. And what's happening now?
Well, I went on tour after that. I did like 20 to 30 spot dates. Right now, I'm getting ready to do a movie in
the mic should pick it up.
Okay. I'm writing for other artists right now, and I'm studying for my SATs.
Wow.
I'm still in high school, so
I didn't know that.
yeah.
I guess I should probably know that, right? I should do my.
It's okay.
So have you got down the A yet for Canada Day?
I'm sorry.
Have you got down the A yet? You know, like you're gonna go to Toronto and do the movie. You're like, how you doing, eh?
Oh, how you doing, eh? Not yet. I gotta work on it.
What advice would you give to other people out there trying to break into the industry?
I would say make sure you do it for the right reasons. Don't do it for the fame. Do it because you love it. It's your passion. Keep those who really love you around you. And don't listen to yes people. I would say that.
So, Kat,
Oh my God.
from the fashion weeks, and then now you got to hit out. What's going on?
Oh my God, big things are happening right now, and it's amazing, really unexpected for me because I just got signed November that just passed. It hasn't even been a year already with a hit single. My album is out, entitled 9 Lives. Better go cop it.
I already have it.
Oh, go ahead.
But we already know that you're going to be a hit. Even before you got signed, we were talking about you being a hit on the show.
Thank you, though. Thank you for believing, and it's just a lot of hard work, and it's finally paying off. So I'm really, really grateful. And my album, besides being released here in the United States, is going to be released soon in Japan, like by the end of this month, September.
And then I think I overheard you on a radio interview that people were sending in little bits of doing the dance. Right?
Yes,
Wind it up, wind
yes.
up. Why don't you show me really quick?
Wind up. You want to learn to dance?
Yeah, teach it to me.
Okay, because.
All right, how do you do it? How do you do it?
This is how you do it. So you gotta lift up your left arm like this.
Okay, I got my mic.
Well, you gotta do it.
I'm gonna do like this. All right, all right.
Like you're holding a rope.
Okay, I'm holding the rope.
And then what you gotta do with your right arm, I know you got a mic and stuff, you're gonna go like that.
All right, hold on.
Okay, but
that.
wait. Okay, so I'm just prepping you now.
Okay.
These have to be bent in together.
Like this.
And then you're gonna move from the right to the left with your hips, like like right, left.
Look at that. We're doing the wind up with Kat
And then what
DeLuca.
you do is every time you go to the right, you whip, like like whip,
Hold on, you're doing that more sexy than I am.
whip. Left,
Left.
you gotta whip it. Come on.
Okay, hold on. I got the mic. I can't whip that much unless I start whipping you like that. All right, so that's, we're trying to do the wind up right here on the red carpet in front of Rockin' Republic in the Fashion Rocks pre-show. And I'm sure there's gonna be so much more to come from Kat DeLuca. We've been following her even before she got signed. DeLuna, what am I saying? DeLuca. DeLuna, we've been following her even before she got signed.
Yes,
I remember that.
Thank you so much for all the support that you guys have always been giving me. Go ahead, Rocco.
All right, Kat. Lance Bass.
Yes.
Backstage at the Heather show.
Yes.
I feel like it's kind of funny that I'm actually interviewing you.
All
I think
right.
It's kind of funny.
I don't think you've ever interviewed me before, have you?
Yeah, never. Anyway, so what are you working on?
Right now, I'm doing Hairspray on Broadway, so I'm living here in New York for a little while and having the best time ever. And other than that, just producing some TV stuff and having a good time. And being very fashionable.
Hey, exactly. Well, you're at the Heather show. It's probably the craziest show during Fashion Week.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So, what fashion advice? Well, how about this? Let me ask you a different question. I'll ask that question later. What advice would you give to someone trying to break into the industry, which you've already broken into?
The fashion industry?
No, the music industry.
What? Oh my God.
I know it's a loaded question.
It is a little. The best advice is to do your homework, get a really good manager, and yeah, I would read as much as you can on the industry because people can take advantage of you.
So how's
Wah, wah.
and how about Hairspray? How you enjoy doing Hairspray?
I love it. It is. It's my favorite thing ever. The cast is amazing. The show is awesome. I'm happy every single time I hit that stage. It's grueling hours, but it's a lot of fun.
It's like an adrenaline rush to be in front of all those people.
It's amazing. I know, and I have a show like right after this. I'm running to do my show after this Heatherette show.
Ella, what's up, man? How you doing?
What's up? Good.
So how's everything going? I want to know about your music.
Everything's going great with the music. Working on a new record, Exit 13, Icon versus the Wolfpack. A lot of young artists on it. A lot of fun. It's exciting.
Tell me about Todd Smith. I interviewed you a little bit ago.
Yeah, the Todd Smith brand is definitely alive and well and coming. We're trying to bring longevity and taste. I'm bringing longevity, taste, and a new experience to the street niche, and I think that people are going to really enjoy it, and they'll see that there's a true love for fashion there.
So, Lynn, what's your take thus far this Fashion Week? I know it just started. Not that many shows have displayed their collection, but let's get some tips from the expert.
Tips? I don't have any tips. It's so early. I've only seen, this is maybe the third show I've seen, so it's just impossible to generalize. It's just, I just have absolutely no idea. I would say that, for me, I'm always looking for a connection between fashion and what's going on in the wider world. And I don't think this is a particularly exuberant moment in the world. And so I'm always interested in seeing how that's reflected, but it's really too soon to say.
So we'll have to catch up with you later on in the week.
Absolutely, I'll be here.
Now, what about a fashion tip? Could you give us one fashion tip for our viewers?
Yes, be yourself. Don't listen to what anybody else says. Wear what you love, and just have a ball.
Now, I saw your bag is really cute. Is that a picture of you on your bag?
Yes, it's a portrait that a young artist did of me on my bag, and I really love it. And I'm not sure he wants me to give his name out. I have to call him tonight because everyone's asking me about it. But I think it's pretty fabulous.
So how'd you like the show?
Oh my God. Unreal. They're the best. They're my favorite. Every year they put on an amazing show and they always blow me away. Every year they get better and better, which is progression. I like that.
I wanted to ask you, now that American Next Top Model is over, right?
Yes, it's over.
It's over for now. I wanted to ask you, was
Not
there
going back.
is there anything that you want to tell Miss J?
Miss J, I'm in love with you.
Or
Miss J is like my favorite.
anyone else part of it? Like, now you can tell me all the secrets. Anything that really happened that they edited out? Come on, give me some juice.
Everything was edited out. What are you talking about? Nothing happened the way you saw it. No, I thought it was a great experience, and everyone, I'm so grateful for everyone. You know, I run into Miss J all the time. He's the realest, most amazing person. He like made my walk go from like to like
wow,
on point in 30 minutes. So he really is an amazing runway diva extraordinaire. And just the whole team is amazing. And now that it's over, I'm like at all the shows, you know. I better be in Heatherette next year. I'm going to give my left arm and be the one-arm model to be in that show. I love them. So pretty much just, you know, thanks to everybody that was on the show. And I don't know, I can't really say anything bad because like, I couldn't, because it's been such an amazing experience, you know?
And what are your goals and your aspirations?
I have my degree in design, so eventually I do want to design, but for the next few years, I want to go to Tokyo and Europe and really try and model there. Cool. And just focus on modeling, seeing the industry from that perspective, and then eventually designing. But right now, my main goal is modeling and taking it full force and just being a little fashionista, because that's my life.
And what advice would you give to the aspiring models out there?
No matter what anybody ever says, if you have a dream, you can make it happen. And there's gonna be a million people for every one person that tells you can do it. There's gonna be a million that say you can't, and all that matters is that you believe in yourself. In this world, like anything you wanna do, you can overcome all obstacles and do it. And that's, you know, I've had a lot of people say, no, you'll never do anything because you were on that show, or no, you won't do that, but that doesn't matter. That's not what I think.
Well, you know, they told Cindy Crawford to get rid of that mole, and that's like her trademark now.
And you know, like 22 agencies turned away Linda Evangelista, and look at where they are now. They're all beautiful, and it's because they believe in themselves.
Right. So Natasha, Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week, we're backstage at the Diesel Show. I thought it was a cool show. What'd you think?
I loved the Diesel Show. I really, really liked it. I could picture all of those outfits on stage.
Okay, so the designers send her all the clothes, talk to her publicist or whatever you have to do. You know who she is, send her all your
To
stuff.
me, I love them.
I want to know about your music. Tell me what you're working on.
Well, I've been working on some new songs, and I'm putting them onto an album for the US that should be coming out in a couple of months, actually. And I like, seriously, I've just literally written some new ones in the last couple of weeks.
Do you have a title yet for the album?
We have a working title of NB right now.
And that stands for your name, I guess.
Yeah, you're smart.
Yeah, well, you know, I do this for a living. And so what advice would you give to people that are trying to break into the music industry? Because it seems like it's actually, I don't know what's more difficult, music or TV. I do the TV stuff, but I've never tried to be a singer. I don't think I could, but tell me
Well, music is an expression, and I think there'll always be music, whether there's an industry for it or not. And so I guess the first step is just really hone your craft and get good at it. And it's the same as like if you're a presenter or something, you have to be good at speaking first. And so I guess that's one way. But also, I've always heard people say the best way to learn an instrument is get in a band or get in a situation that forces you to play, because it's the best way to learn is through experience.
Now, how did you get involved in the music industry?
Well, my background is songwriting. I had some friends who had studios, and I wasn't very good at playing instruments, but I was good at the voice, and so I would team up with another musician and we'd just get together and write songs for fun. And gradually it just became something that it was more than fun. It became something that like I felt like I lived for. It's like I want to do this.
So it became like a passion, and it was a burning desire, and you pursued it.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on all of your success.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time. Is there a website that people can go to get more information about the album you're working on once it does launch?
Absolutely, yes, at NatashaBenningfield.com. That would say everything about me, or you can just Google stuff too, because I've got a MySpace page under the same name, Natasha Benningfield.
So they can go to MySpace and they Google.
Yeah, and it's really cool. Like if you go on my YouTube page, you can find all this this blog information, like video blogging that I did. I was just on the Justin Timberlake tour, and I did a lot of video blogging of what it was like to be on tour with Justin.
So then someone followed you around with the camera and video recorded it and put
I
it.
didn't have the camera, yeah. So just little bite-sized chunks of what the fun we had.
We're sitting front row with Rebecca Taylor herself. We're about to watch a show in a little bit, but I wanted to ask you a few questions about your collection before we watch it. So I want to know about the inspiration. I want to know about the colors. I'll ask you one thing at a time. So first, what was your inspiration this season?
My main point of focus with this collection was that I wanted to sort of see women's bodies again. We've been so volume oriented and baby doll, and I just really wanted to pare everything down, make it sexier, see women's waists, show a longer length, a more defined shoulder, just something that sort of has a slight modern 40s vibe to it. Yeah.
Did you have a muse that you structured everything around, or that you thought about while you were
You know,
designing?
I love Daria, that model. You know, Daria, it's Daria, right? The way she wears like really casual dresses. Well, like actually beautiful gowns sometimes with like tiny weeny jackets on top. And it's just that whole very cool girl hanging out vibe that I was really looking for.
What different types of fabrics are you using this collection?
A lot of silks, actually. I sort of tend to go for the natural fibers. Silks, cotton linens, stretches, like technical versions of cottons, you know, everything's getting kind of modern now. Double knits, washed silk chamois, so it's like very sort of cloudy, you know, just like a lot of bit like this sort of thing, yeah.
How did you get involved yourself in the design business?
The short story, I was on the dole in New Zealand, you know, unemployment, and I was about 19, and they said, you know, if you want to keep getting this, you have to do some kind of vocation course to learn how to do something, and they put me on this costume design course. Wow. Yeah, and that's how I kind of got into it, and I was like, I went there and I was like, wow. I was just like that, I was like, this is it. I was like, you know, I was always sort of drifting teenager. My parents like, what is she gonna do? You know, they wanted me to be a pharmacist. I wasn't even good at chemistry. I didn't get that at all. But yeah, so it's like.
Don't they call people from New Zealand Kiwis? Is that right?
Kiwis, yeah. Do you know what that is for?
A kiwi, it's a bird, right?
It's a bird, very good.
I know
yeah.
in America we say it's a fruit, but it's actually a little bird.
Yeah, it's a little fuzzy bird that looks a bit like a kiwi fruit. It's very cute.
Something like this.
Yeah, you do. It's got a little nose. It's nocturnal. Doesn't fly, so not many left.
I wanted to ask you something. Let me find it. I just took this off someone else's seat. You have two cats looking at each other. Is that your pet of choice, a cat? I know it has nothing to do with.
I have 2 dogs, 2 cats, and twins at home, twin girls. So I love animals, but I love cats. I think they're sexy, and I love that they're so standoffish.
Independent.
Independent. They're like, fuck you. You know, they're like, I want some food, and I love you. But once they got food, they're like, whatever, you know.
So indifferent. They stand back and say, oh, just pet me.
I kind of admire them for that, where my dogs are like, I love you, which is nice too.
We're backstage with Vicky Hassan. We just finished watching the Miss 60 show. It was beautiful, Vicky.
Thank you.
Tell me about the inspiration, the fabric, the molda,
The inspiration, it's from the 70s, like normally I do it, but especially for this collection, because we like to change, and each collection is different. We have a lot of, it's come from the art of Andy Warhol, all the graphic, the typical word, the graphic of Andy Warhol, and all the pop art. So I love for this collection, I have used so many different print for the dress, for the short, for the skirt. A lot of, I love print, have a new graphic, and there is a lot of geometrical graphic in this collection. But also there is a contrast in this collection, because there is very soft material, very chic, elegant, like chiffon, georgette, silk, very, very light material, and some other fabric that are more I mean, more aggressive, more modern, like plastic, vinyl, transparent, silver, leather. So I like this duality, and I love a girl that can wear it a silver hard jacket with a very light blouse, chiffon, georgette, and with trousers of denim. So these contracts, I think it's very sexy.
What is the Miss 60 woman, if you could define the woman that you see?
Miss 60 woman, it's a woman that love always to change, never stop, that to be ironic with fashion, not too serious. I mean, it's not a fashion victim because she love, I mean, the levels. It's a girl that like to change, that like to found interesting piece, fashion thing, new things. Not because there is a label, but because the piece that she buy is cool, is something different, because we are in a new season and there is a new concept, a new idea, a new volume.
I'm sitting next to the wonderful Joanna Mastroianni, front row of her show, which hasn't even started yet. So I wanted to get an exclusive interview with you and find out your inspiration. I have several questions for you, but the first one is the inspiration for this season.
The inspiration came from this wonderful little creature, a dragonfly, and really took in a ride right into an Art Deco mode.
Wow, and how did that happen? Were you walking through the forest one day and you saw one?
No, this is really cool, and this is for real. We had this like major downpour in New York City, and it was like one of those days that you just didn't want to go anywhere, and the streets were getting flooded and the trains were getting flooded. So I opened up the windows at my studio. We're on the 15th floor, and this little thing comes flying in, and I didn't know what it was. And later that evening, before I closed the studio, it came down from sitting on the lights, and it came down, and I put my hand, and it went right on my hand, and it was the most beautiful little dragonfly. I've never seen a dragonfly in New York City, certainly not another one in my studio ever before. I couldn't imagine how it could have even survived under such like thunder and storm and a downpour. And I had them photograph it for me. And I'm very superstitious. When something comes into my environment, I welcome it. And the colors of this little dragonfly were phenomenal. The greens and the blues and the transparencies. And this became the little muse for this collection.
That's a fascinating story. It sounds like it was God sent. Like,
yeah, I think
Joanna,
so.
this is your inspiration this season.
Yeah, I think this little guy was holding a message for me, and I welcomed it for coming into my life and for giving me this close-up of its natural beauty. And that was that. That's how it all came about.
If you could summarize in a couple sentences the woman that would wear your label.
Wow, who's the JM woman? She's somebody who's ageless, she's timeless, she's confident, she likes fashion, she loves fashion, but she's also somebody who is strong and independent. And for her, fashion is an important aspect of her life. Her wardrobe is important to her. I would think most of the time. She's a connoisseur of the world, I think. She's a connoisseur about every possible detail of her life, whether it's her home or whether it's her wardrobe or whether it's her kids, and most of the time combining it all.
Will we ever see a men's collection?
Yeah, hopefully like in the next few years, as soon as we're working on a few different things. One of the things that I would really love to do is to do a menswear collection, and you'll be the first to know.
Yeah, please.
And you have to model it, okay?
Absolutely, it'll be my honor.
Absolutely.
Exclusively on Fashion News Lifestyle Network.
Fashion Able. What happens in Vegas and up on TV. Real people show their wild cards in uncensored interviews. on the Vegas Strip. Fashion-able.
Fashion News Lifestyle Network. Call your cable provider and get it now.